Welcome to the second part of history's first lesson, the French Revolution. Here's Louis XVI. In this part, we are going to learn the outbreak of the revolution, the French abolishes monarchy and become as a republic. In the first unit, we see that the king could not impose tax at his will. He needed approval of Estates General to pass the proposal. For that, the king could call the Estates General meeting to pass the tax proposal. During the old regime, the French old regime, the monarch did not have the power to impose taxes according to his will alone. Rather, he had to call a meeting of the Estates General, which would then pass his proposal for a new tax. Due to the financial crisis in the old regime, the king has insisted to increase the taxations. For this, he has called a meeting on 5th May 1789. However, the monarch alone could decide when to call a meeting of this body. The last time it was done was 1614. On 5th May 1789, Louis XVI called together an assembly of the Estates General to pass proposal for new estates. Versailles, the resplendent hall in the Versailles, was prepared to host the delegates. The first and second estates sent 300 representatives each, who are seated in the row facing each other on two sides, while 600 members of the third estate had to sit at the back. The third estate representatives by its this time more prosperous and educated members, peasants, artisans, women are not allowed for the meeting. However, the grievances and demands were listed in some 40,000 letters which the representatives had to brought with them. Voting in the Estate General in the past had been conducted according to the principle that each estate had one vote. Means first estate will have one vote, second estate will have one vote, and third estate will have one vote. But the members in the third estates are more than the other two estates that are 600 members. So according to the philosopher Jean-Jacques Rousseau in the book Social Contracts, which is based on the people and the representatives' democratic principles, so it has raised that the meeting cannot be carried out without equal rights. When the king was not accepted with the proposal, all the third estate people were walked out of the assembly, and again they gathered in the tennis court of Versailles on June 20th to discuss to form the National Assembly. To this, some of the nobles and the clergies like Mirabeau and Abbasius were also conveyed the need to do away with the society of a feudal privileges. We know what is a feudal system, the landlordisms, where the huge lands are gathered on one hand and the landless laborers has to work as a bounded laborers. So, he brought out a general and delivered powerful speeches to the crowd assembled at the Versailles. The Abbasius, originally a priest, wrote an influence pamphlet called What is the Third Estate? So he showed the picture of the third estate to the people. He convinced the people to form the National Assembly, that is on August 26, 1789. It has been in the capital of the city, capital of the France, that is Paris. Let us see what been happened in the village. This is a tennis court where the people gathered, and these are the places dotted with a circle and dot, like Reflex, Nantes, and Romilly and Eminis are some village places where the villages are expanded for the terminal situations. While the National Assembly was busy at the Versailles drafting a constitution, the rest of France sitted with the turmoil. With unstable situation, a severe winter had met a bad harvest. The prices of bread rose. Often bakers exploit the situation and hoarded the supplies to increase the prices of the bread. After spending hours in the long queues or at the bakery, crowd of angry women stormed into the shops. At the same time, the king ordered the troops to move into the Paris. On July 14th, the agitated crowd stormed and destroyed the Bastille. So then onwards, the French Revolution been started. Next, in the countryside, rumors spread from the village to village that lords of the manors and had hired bands of brigadiers who were on their way to destroy their ripened crops. Caught in the frenzy of fear, peasants in the several districts seized hoes and pitchforks and attacked Chitauxes. Chitaux is a castle or stately residence belonging to a king or a nobleman, and manor an estate consisting of a lord's land and his mansion. A manor is a place where the landlord's mansion and the place which belongs is called as a manor. Chitauxes is a castle or the residence belongs to the king or a noble person. They looted, hoarded grains and burnt down documents containing records of a manorial dues. A large number of nobles fled from their homes many of them migrated to the neighboring countries. So when in the countryside the people are attacked to the manors and Chitauxes with pitchforks and hoes, then the landlords and the people of nobles are migrated to the neighboring countries and flee to the some other places. So faced with the power of the revolting subject, Louis XVI finally accorded recognition of the National Assembly and accepted the principle that his power would form now on the checked by the Constitution. On the night of 4th August 1789, the National Assembly passed a decree abolished the feudal system of feudal obligations and taxes. So seeing the situation in the capital and all over the France countryside, so the king accepted the rule of National Assembly and the power of monarchy became limited. Thereon, the National Assembly passed a rules on the abolition of a feudal system, abolition of taxes. Members and clergies too were forced to give up their privileges. Theses were abolished and lands owned by the church were confiscated, seized. As a result, the government can acquire asset worth rupees 2 billion livres. So in that situation, the government retained the 2 billion livres from the clergies and the nobles. When the National Assembly been formed, it is the way the draft the Constitution in 1791. The main object was to limit the power of the monarch. As the power is centralized under the monarch, now the power is distributed between three heads, that is the judiciary, executive and legislatures. And for this, the elections are being carried out by the active and passive citizens. Active citizens are those who have 25 years of age and paid at least 3 days of wage comes under active citizen. They are 4 millions out of 28 millions of a France population. The passive citizens are those who don't have the voting right. Those are below 25 years, women's children, and who are not paying that wage as a tax, considered as a passive. So only active citizen will elect a board of 50,000 members. They indirectly elect the National Assembly, that is formed people of members of 745 members, and they will form as a legislature which is control the king, work as an executive. Judiciary will be under a separate head. This is all about your elections. The Constitution began with the Declaration of Right of Men and Citizens. So rights such as the right of life, freedom to speech, freedom of opinion, equality before law were established as a natural and inalienable rights. That is the way belonged to each human being by birth and could not be taken away. It was the duty of the state to protect each citizen's natural right. So these are the not inalienable rights, means which cannot be taken by any government or the power, and the government has every duty to protect these rights. Next comes our the reading of political symbols during the French Revolution. How we have a different political parties during that French Revolution, different political symbols worked out. That is a broken chain used to fetter slaves. A broken chain stand for the act of becoming free. A bundle of rods or fasces. One rod can be easily broken, but not an entire bundle's strength lies in the unity, which says eye within a triangle radiating light. It explains the seeing eye stands for knowledge. The rays of sun will be drive away the cloud of ignorance. Next, scepter, symbol of royal power. Snake biting its tail to form a ring, which explains a large ring has neither beginning nor end. Red Phrygian cap worn by a slave upon becoming a free. Blue, white, red, national color of the France. The winged woman, personification of the law tablet. The law is the small for all, and all are equal before the laws. Next, we are going to we go to the next part. The French abolishes the monarchy, becomes a republic. In this unit, we are going to learn how the Louis XVI, how the monarchy been abolished, and how French become as a republic, and a new government like a national convention formed. How the people supported, we discuss. The submission as the submission of France continued to be tense during the following years. Although Louis XVI had signed the constitution, he entered into the secret negotiation with the King of Prussia. Ruler of other neighboring countries too were worried about the development in the France and made plans to send troops to put down the events that had taken place there since the summer of 1789. As the monarchical power has been controlled by the National Assembly, the Louis XVI was not happy with this. So he started a secret negotiation with other kings like King of Prussia, present we called as Germany, and the King of Austria. Before the war being declared, the National Assembly voted on 1790 to declare war against the Prussia and Austria. Thousands of volunteers thronged into the province to join the army. So the peoples voluntarily joined, and for the purpose that aristocracy all over the Europe against the people can comes to the end. Among the patriotic song they sang was the Marseillaise, composed by the poet Robert the Islay. It was sung for the first time by the volunteers from Marseilles as they marched into the Paris, and so got its name. The Marseillaise is now the national anthem of the France. First time the Marseillaise, the song was sung in the place called Marseilles, marching to the Paris. So the name of the national anthem came as a Marseillaise. It was written by Robert the Islay. The Revolutionary War brought losses and economic difficulties to the people. While the men are away fighting at the front, women are left to cope with the task of earning a living and looking after their families. Large section of population were convinced that the revolution had to be carried further, as the Constitution of 1791 given political rights only to the richer sections of the society. Political clubs become an important rallying point of a people who wish to discuss government policies and plan their own form of action. The most successful of these clubs was that of a Jacobin, which got its name from the former convent of Saint Jacob in Paris. Women too, who had been active throughout this period, formed their own clubs. The member of Jacobin clubs belonging mainly to the less prosperous sections of the society, they included small shopkeepers, artisans such as shoemakers, pastry cooks, watchmakers, painters, as well as servants and daily wage workers. Their leader was a Maximilien Robespierre. A large group among the Jacobins decided to start wearing a long striped trouser similar to those worn by the dock workers. This was to set themselves apart from the fashionable section of a society, especially nobles who were knee breeches, who wear knee breeches. It was a way of proclaiming the end of power held by the weavers of the knee breeches. These Jacobins came to end as the sans-culottes, literally meaning those without the knee breeches. Sans-culottes, men wore in tradition a red cap that symbols liberty. Women, however, were not allowed to do so. In the summer 1792, the Jacobin planned an insurrection of a large number of Parisians who were angered by the short supply of high prices of food. On the morning August 10th, they stormed the palace of Tuileries, massacred the king guards and held the king himself as a hostage for several hours. Later the assembly voted to imprison the royal family. Elections were held. Formed now all men of a 21 years age can vote above regardless of wealth got the right to vote. The newly elected assembly was called as a convention. On 21st September 1792, it abolished the monarchy and declared France as republic. As a result, a former of the government where the people elect the government, including the head of the government. There is no hereditary monarchy. You can try and find out. There is no hereditary monarchy. Louis XVI was sentenced to death by the court on the charge of treason. On 21st January 1793, he was executed publicly at the Place de la Concorde. The Queen Marie Antoinette met with the same fate short after. Next comes Reign of Terror. The period of 1793 to 94 is referred to as a Reign of Terror because Robespierre followed a policies of a severe control and punishments. All of those whom he saw as being enemies of the Republic as ex-nobles, clergies, members and other political parties, even members of his own party who did not agree with his methods were arrested, imprisoned and then tried by the revolutionary tribunals. If the court found them guilty, they were guillotinized. The guillotine is a device consisting of two poles and a blade with which a person be beheaded. It is named after Dr. Guillotin, who invented it. Robespierre government issued laws placing a maximum ceiling on the wage and prices. Meat and bread were rationed. Peasants were forced to transport their grains to the cities and sell it to the prices fixed by the government. The use of more expensive white flour were forbidden. All the citizens were required to eat the plain equal bread, a loaf made up of whole wheat. Equality was also shown to be practiced through forms of speeches and addresses. Instead of traditional messieurs, sir and madams, all French men and women are henceforth citoyens and citoyennes. Churches were shut down and their buildings converted into backers or offices. Robespierre pursued his policies so relentlessly that even his supporters began to demand modernization. Finally, he was convicted by the court in July 1794, arrested and on the next day sentenced to guillotine. When the Robespierre government was not there, the next comes our directory rule in the France. The fall of Jacobin government allowed the wealthier middle class to seize power. A new constitution was introduced which denied the vote of non-property sections of the society. It provided all the for two elected legislative councils. These then appointed directory and executive made up of 5 members. This was meant as a safeguard against the concentration of power in one man executive as under the Jacobin. However, the director often clashed with the legislative council, who then sought to dismiss them. The political instability of the directory paved the way for the rise of military dictator Napoleon Bonaparte.